Hello, everyone. It's Ed with Private Investigations in Middle Tennessee. You know, if you just need someone checked out on a background check, tag them a run, or if you need someone full-fledged to follow, give us a call. You can reach me at 615-390-7219. That's 615-390-7219. Or check out our website at piofmt.com. That's piofmt.com.
I felt so alone, scared, angry, full of self-pity. I just wanted to die, so I took another drink. Then I heard about AA and went to my first meeting. The people there talked about those same feelings. I was no longer alone. They gave me help to stop drinking and hope to start living. Alcoholics Anonymous, it works. Look us up. Check your phone book, newspaper, or aa.org.
Go to J. Mullins Jewelers and check out their collection of reactor watches. They're located at 352 West Northfield Boulevard right here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And also custom-made jewelry. If you want it, they can make it for you. Also gifts for any and all occasions. Weddings, graduations, family reunions, anniversaries, all of it. That's J. Mullins Jewelers, 352 West Northfield Boulevard right here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Hello, everybody. Edwin Lee Raymer here. Ed Raymer for the Edwin Lee Raymer Show. Glad to be here with you. And we have a little program set up for you tonight. We hope you enjoy. And I've got guests, and I'm going to introduce them. I'm going to give them maximum yield of our time. On your screen right now, if you're watching on YouTube or Facebook Live, is Kelly Northcutt. Hello, Kelly.
Hello,
Kathy
Ed.
Watts.
Hello.
And Holly, what witness protection name? Amber. Okay, in the witness protection program. And they're here with us, and we're going to talk about Kelly. You contacted me on this. This is a new thing that's come about that some of you got together and in a drunken stupor created. I'm just kidding.
It's Kelly's
I'm
brainchild.
Coffee, I'll have you know.
Originally it was coffee.
Yeah.
I do like some of the other stuff in a drunken stupor, but
Yeah.
it was coffee.
But this was purely caffeine
Okay.
fueled. Yeah. And it's brand spanking new. We kind of, there's so much going on. People are,
Right.
kind of feeling, kind of angsty about a lot of things. And I've personally had people that haven't been particularly plugged into things, like calling me up, messaging me. It's like, I want to do something, who do I go to? Where do I go?
Right. Yeah.
And, and there's a lot of people that kind of are, having a tough go of things lately.
Sure.
So between, like people that are needing mutual aid, or, people that want to be politically active or feel strongly about, passionately about a subject, so many of the people that I reached out and talked to, it's like when I'd reach out to Kathy or to Holly or the other
Right.
folks that are helping plan this, kind of wanted to do something. They wanted to know where they could go do something that was hopeful and helpful and, gave them a way to give back. So we just decided there's so many organizations already doing good things in the community, and
Sure.
so many people that don't know where to plug in, that we'd have like a volunteer festival that we'd invite all of these organizations that are doing the good work and doing good for the community, and let people know this is where you show up. This is where you find out where to plug in. This is where you find an outlet for your passion.
And this outfit is called what?
We're calling it the Rutherford County Community Coalition.
This is a brand new thing that's been put together.
It is, yeah.
Okay.
And our whole purpose for existence is to get groups, nonprofits and organizations that are helping people and get them together so that volunteers can find places and things that they can do. Because, one individual can't change everything, can't solve everything.
That's exactly right.
But
Yeah.
everybody pulling together can do a little something. And
Right.
all those little somethings add up to really helping our community.
Well,
So
I know
that's what we're
goodness
about.
knows I could, because I want to tell you, because of the three ladies that are here tonight, They have all been with us before, and I have depended on them from time to time for just because their information, because of their enthusiasm, whatever the case may be. And I appreciate it, and it does not go unnoticed. I mean, it got to the point there for a while. Every time I was looking for a guest, Kathy, she knew who it was when the phone would ring about Wednesday. It's Raymer again. He's down and out. But now, I've always been down and out. But I mean,
but he didn't even have a guest to be with him while he was down and out.
No, I've gone. I've gone it alone sometimes.
You
That's
have.
okay. And, but I appreciate all of you being here. And I'll tell you what, Connor, let's kick this off. I want to give these ladies maximum yield of this time here with our new Rutherford County Community Coalition, and we're going to get on with this thing. But for right now, my name is Ed Raymer, and yes, I'm still a private investigator for now. Welcome aboard.
This is the Edwin Lee Raymer Show with your host, Ed Raymer, on your Good Neighbor station, News Radio, WGNS.
And that is a little rock and roll kicking you off for a Sunday evening at 8 o'clock. And Ed Raymer here for the Edwin Lee Raymer Show. The show's produced at Studios WGNS AM 1450 AM 100.5, 101.9 FM right here in the heart of the great volunteer state in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And you can reach me and these ladies tonight with your questions, comments, your ideas, your thoughts at 615-893-1450. 615-893-1450. You can also text us a number. And Connor, who's on the board doing a good job for us, will be glad to read that text over the air. If you're a little too high or too shy to go on the air, and we certainly understand that, or if you're like Holly, you're in the witness protection program and just would not rather identify yourself. Now,
She's totally in disguise.
Connor, move that camera in on Holly so they can get. Hey,
Facial recognition. Yeah.
No, we're fine. We're fine.
You can find us on Facebook Live. You can find us the best ways on YouTube, News Radio WGNS. You can watch us on there right now. And Holly was asking earlier, we were out there talking how far back, and I forget when we started this. Connor, it was before you came aboard when we were on YouTube. I forget how long ago we've been on YouTube. 22, was it? Okay. So we go back. You can type Edwin Lee Raymer Show on YouTube. You can pull up just about any broadcast we've had and take a listen to it. Angela Bingham just left, and she does the Simplicity broadcast here every Sunday at 6, a faith-based broadcast, and doing a wonderful job, and just a wonderful lady doing some great things here in our Rutherford County community. And we appreciate her so much. And I don't know if she's listening or not, but we appreciate her. Thank her very much. And take her a listen. I think you'd like it. Jason Qualls gives financial advice, and he's got good guests. And that's what I have here tonight with me, I hope, are good guests. And you can download the WGNS app and take WGNS with you. Listen to WGNS whenever you want, whenever you wish. And we're here with the new Rutherford County Community Coalition. All right. Kelly, you called about this, and I don't mean to throw the yoke around your neck because I know you brought two of your buddies with you. Yeah. Tell us, the more I thought about this as you sent me a text, and I thought, this could be a good thing to bring collectively everyone together that, might have an idea. Maybe they do have maybe it's a good idea. Maybe it's not such a good idea. You don't know. Yeah. Well, seriously, but if it's a problem to people, it's a problem to them, whatever it may be. Yeah. Tell us, what made you, how did this get going? What brought it about? Because I think it's a good thing.
Well, thank you. I'm glad you think so. And I'm hoping a lot of people in the community do too. Actually, my good friend Liz Sodergren, we've been in the activist community, I guess you could say, together for a long while. And she's recently back in town. She was like, I feel like I need to do something, and I guess national level leadership doesn't feel like we're getting much traction. So what can we do? What can we do here? And this is kind of what we settled on. What we it didn't seem right to make a whole new group and take volunteers away from other groups that are already doing things.
Sure.
And we all know, it's like part of the reason that I called Kathy and Holly and Joy and Leslie was because and Missy, because they're all involved with groups that are doing good things, and basically they're just, people that get things done.
Sure.
And
sure.
so I knew that we could pull this together, and that we all have enough contacts from all of the things that we're involved in the community to reach out to other organizations and have them trust that we could get this done, and be somebody they could turn to get help for the work they're doing.
I wanted to make a
Okay.
comment
Go
off
right
of
ahead.
something you said earlier. The fact that, one or two people might have an idea, but those two people don't always find each other. And that's kind of what we're
Sure.
doing. We're kind of like matchmaking, as it were. Because we all have these situations. And we have people that will come into our organizations that say that they were like feeling isolated.
Sure.
Beforehand, not having that community. And that's something that we need to be working on in general. There's a lot of things about everything that's happening locally, nationally, probably the world in general, and then everything that we do like digitally that makes you even more isolated. So sometimes getting out and having that FaceTime with other people, and I'm an introvert, so it's like it's still not my thing, but you
Right.
have to do
Okay.
it sometimes, and just helping other people, get your warm and fuzzies, but also we don't need to be reinventing the wheel. And
Sure.
other people have these ideas, and it's like, well, there's people doing that, or you can add to their ideas instead
Sure.
of trying to,
Right.
start over
Start
from
over,
scratch. That it's a whole lot harder to just build it from nothing.
Now, let
know.
me tell you, thank you, Holly, and I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're doing this program tonight, and I was glad Kelly called when it all come together. For some reason, somehow, some way, me and this lady, this thing always works out. I don't know how this happens, but
It's fate, Ed. It's fate.
oh God, get me to 9 o'clock.
It's kismet.
Okay, whatever. And
Whatever.
yeah, Kathy, will you make sure she gets her medication? She's off it again. No,
Maybe
seriously,
you need to check yours.
I do. Believe me, there's plenty of it. But we're going to do this program tonight, and then next Sunday is Easter Sunday, and I'm not going to do a broadcast, and I don't do one on Easter, and we're going to replay this for you again, okay? And so, because you have a meeting coming up, you're going to set this thing up for the 26th, I think you said,
Yes.
and it will be at the church, at First Cumberland Presbyterian Church.
That's right, on East Main, right next to Central Magnet School.
Sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
and hopefully the weather will be nice. We'll have it outside. It'll be
Sure.
kind of a festival atmosphere. We'll have food. We'll have refreshments. All of it'll be free. We'll, there's no cost to attend.
Free childcare.
Yeah, we'll have childcare, activities.
And if it's not nice, we can move it indoors. So
Yes.
just
Yes,
They
there's,
have
there's,
enough-
a, there's
Sure.
a backup. There's room enough to move
So
our
rain or
tables
shine.
inside. Yeah, rain or shine, and we'll be there. And basically, we just want people to come out. Like Holly was saying, it's like it's so easy to feel isolated, and it's like that kind of leads you to feeling like there's nothing you can do. And we want to make sure people know that there's things they can do, and getting together with people and finding an outlet for wanting to do something for the community, or wanting to do something as a statement. It's like it gives you hope. It gives you community. It's like we all need that.
Yeah.
Sure.
We've invited close to 40 organizations to join us. The list is growing hourly of people responding back to us, thinking it's such a great idea. One thing that occurs to me is that with the current climate, a lot of groups are going to lose funding, and they're going to need more volunteers. They're going to need more help from the community. So this gives them an opportunity to meet up with people. And there's so many people that have not been connected to anything, and now they can find out if they're interested in, book banning. This is where they need to go. If they're interested in working at the food bank, this is where they need to go. And, they'll find multiple opportunities that probably speak to them. So, it's going to be a win-win for the participants as well as our people who our organizations tabling.
Sure. And, the thing is, and I've really come to know, especially in the last 2 or 3 years, all politics is local. Now, I know a lot of people don't believe that, but folks, you can believe that. Because what happens on the national stage, and I know this guy's up there, and it's first one thing, then another. That's fine, okay? They have to handle that. That's on a federal level. We're talking about right here locally. Our school board has gone berserk, banning books. And I know good and well they haven't read those books. Maybe some of the librarians have, and they recommend they keep them. And then,
Yes.
and
They
they
were the only
recommend
ones reading
we
it.
keep them, and then we're going to ban them. So, folks, if you want to get involved, this is a way to do it, and it's not going to cost you an arm and a leg. Come on out, take a drink of Kool-Aid. It won't kill you, And seriously, and join us. Now, how have you set this up, Keller? Have you really set it up? Is there a hierarchy, or who's running what, or is it just?
We're winging
seriously.
it, actually.
I think I'm
Okay.
the only one with an actual set job right now, sort of, because I'm doing communications, as it were, but we've only been doing this for a couple of weeks now. I'm
So
doing
that
as much
means you're the only one
communication.
that's adept at running.
I don't know about
know.
that,
She's
but I'm
expert at
willing
social
to
media.
do
Listen,
it.
you put
Yeah.
seven type A personalities together, it will happen. I promise you.
Sure it will.
For the most part, we're doing it by consensus. I don't think that anybody's.
We're all agreeing.
Yeah, and for 7 type
Yeah.
A personalities, that's pretty.
The most important thing was
amazing,
to find a place, and we wanted a place that wasn't going to cost us anything, because we don't have any money, and we're not going to make any money from this. We're not charging people. All the people who decide to table, what we're asking them to do is to give us a $25 Visa gift card, and we're going to be using that as door prizes. So people who show up to meet all these different organizations have a chance to win a $25 gift certificate to go spend anywhere they want. And everybody
Sure.
needs money these days.
Right. Okay.
And we're asking some of the larger organizations to sponsor by paying for childcare or helping with food or advertising, things like that. So it's a mutual thing where we're going to get this done, and it's not going to cost any of us anything, we hope.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's no one's here to make money.
No.
No.
That's not why you're here. This is not
that's not the focus of
necessarily a PAC or political action
Oh,
committee,
not at
nothing
all,
like that.
no.
This is a place where people
We don't
can come together.
have a bank account.
Well, and here's the thing. We have all said so many times, and I will say even some people on the other side of the aisle, that most of the time we get together and we wind up talking about our kids and school and activities and cost of groceries and jobs, good quality jobs. What jobs are coming to town? Which ones are what can we do? How can we move up?
And those
And-
are good points for the future too, because
Sure.
getting people ready for jobs and stuff. Not that I'm trying to bite off more than we can chew, because we got this first
Sure.
event,
Sure.
but we
Right.
do plan on continuing to do some things with this, because one of the biggest parts is for us to put people down at the same table. And let them have those conversations. Even the organizations that are already existing, we're trying to get more people, more volunteers for each of those organizations. Let people know that they're there, even if they need their help too. Because there might be
Right.
some people that don't know that we can connect them with that kind of help if that's what they need.
Sure. Sure.
Or we know somebody who can. So
Sure.
we need to be on the same page, and maybe if we can, the organizations that are local, we can try to see where we can build together.
Sure. And it's
Yeah.
it's amazing how someone can be right next door to you and you don't know, they've got the same interest you do.
Exactly.
You may
Or-
even be friends on Facebook or whatever the case is.
Yeah, or you
I
feel
mean,
strongly about, housing justice or, housing availability, and
Sure.
you want to do something. It's but you don't know what organizations are out there, and we have some organizations that'll be there that work on that exclusively.
Right.
But also we have organizations that might work on that along with other things, and so. Moving forward, we're hopeful that we can get these organizations together, and we can, actually be a coalition. We can build together and use all of their volunteers and their expertise, and get together to hopefully move the dial on some of these.
Yeah, because
major
we've
issues.
got a lot of different groups, even locally. And this is happening all across the country.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people that, there's only like 8 of us, but, you could go to this thing, folks, and you might find there's about 18 more of you that, that's a good idea. We need something to start a phone call list, whatever the case may be. Something, get on folks, I hate to say it, but get on Facebook,
Yeah, social media is a good way to find out about things.
It's not necessarily your enemy. It's not.
It can be. It depends on how you use it. So.
Well, Holly, we'll talk about that after we go off the air, okay? That was a mistake, and I shouldn't have sent you the picture, but nonetheless. Anyway.
That's really why she's in the protection program. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's not my fault, Kelly. I didn't do that.
Sure you didn't.
See?
And then I'm returning to the scene of the crime.
But we're keeping you as far apart as possible.
Okay, so anyway, no, but I am glad y'all are here, really, and it's a good thing. I'm glad you thought about it, Kelly. Your mind is always working.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes it's hard to sleep. Yeah.
No, I'll tell you, no, it is. I mean, it's a good thing, and people need this.
And I appreciate the fact that you're always there when we have something going on. It's like you're willing to bring us on to talk about this and help us get the word out, and I appreciate that.
Thank you so much. We have a caller on the line. Caller's on the air. Caller, you're on the air with us. Go ahead, please.
Mr. Raymer, Mr. Northcutt, how y'all doing?
Hello, Jeff. How are you doing?
Hey,
I'm
Jeff.
doing pretty good.
Hey, Jeff.
I wanted to wish everybody happy Easter. I was riding around town yesterday, and my family was up here yesterday doing some things, and I was riding. Didn't know if y'all had heard this or not, but the price of eggs have went through the roof, as you know.
Yeah.
We heard, yeah.
People are
That
doing
rumor's true.
replacements for eggs this year. Have you heard about that?
Yeah, we're going to use
Yeah.
plastic eggs this year.
No, they're using potatoes and rocks.
Yes,
yeah,
that
I
too.
saw a video about how to make instead of deviled eggs, deviled potatoes. Yeah.
Have you heard about that, Ed?
No, I don't keep. No, I just sit down at the table and just eat what they put in front
We
of me.
could send you the recipe.
I saw a video on how to make your own peanut butter eggs.
Ooh.
Oh,
do that,
really?
so make it
Yeah, like the
custom.
Reese's. Yeah.
Well, they had a news story about it, said that people were using potatoes and rocks in place of Easter eggs this year. So I didn't know
Rocks?
how-
I can't eat
Rocks.
rocks.
That's
I
just a
didn't know
mean
what I was-
trick. Yeah.
What I wondered about the rock though is how many teeth you can break and how many dents are going to get rich by.
Yeah, don't try to devil that.
That could be.
Yeah.
that could be a good
I don't know how
thing
you'd
to do.
even do
I might be able to make some.
Hey, I'm going to tell you something. I haven't done it in a while. The kids have been grown, but I may color some Easter eggs at the house just for the heck of it.
When did you come into money, Ed? How'd you gonna get eggs?
That's quite an investment.
It's a kit we've
you
had
have
up in the
chickens.
cabinet
I
for
have
several
chickens,
years.
yeah.
Not the egg, but the
No.
eggs. The eggs are
yeah,
the
that's that
expensive
woman.
part.
Yeah, we've got chickens at our house.
I do
For
have
God's
chickens.
sake. No,
We
we don't
actually-
have any chicken.
I'm gonna sneak over to
I know
Kelly's.
you saw about the books this week.
You have chickens,
There
don't
were
you?
several of them. They kept 4 or 5. I think it was for the older kids. One of them they banned off. You saw was a Clockwork Orange. Did you see that?
No, I didn't see that one either. No.
That
Yeah, I
was one
did.
of, that's one of them that they banned. They said that was too controversial to read. So, but they had about 20 of them, around 20, and they had about 4 or 5 they kept. Where I think you have to have some kind of deal. I don't know, Kelly might be able to say something about where you have to have like parents consent to
Oh,
get them.
yeah,
Is
to
that
check it
true,
out.
Kelly?
Yeah, I think
Is
you
that
have to
right?
be older, and yeah, there are some books. I don't remember if
They
that
had
was
us-
one of them.
There was a whole staggered thing. There was like some only high school seniors could check out, or
Yeah, there-
you had to be
Yeah,
like some
okay.
were
Yeah.
only available in the high school. Some had to have parental consent. There was
Yeah,
like
I wasn't sure there
Some
was
four
were
or
banned
five.
completely.
Yeah, 4 or 5
It's
different layers.
it's a mixed bag. I tell you, I don't know what to. I told somebody we will when we build new schools, just don't put a library. We'll just have that full classroom space.
Well,
Okay, yeah.
that's not really a good solution.
That'd be good portable. Instead of having portables, we'll have more classrooms and no libraries because all the books are banned. So
Just a bookmobile.
do that.
Don't feed them new ideas.
Yeah,
there.
no.
Hey, I'll tell you what, Kelly, you're right. Yeah, don't feed them any ideas, Jeff, because that bunch, yeah.
Well, I enjoy y'all's show. I hope y'all have a great Easter. I know everybody's going to enjoy this week with that rain. So y'all have a good week, guys. Thank you.
Thank you,
you for
Jeff.
coming.
Appreciate it. Jeff
I
Neal
hope
is a
you show
supporter.
up at our event. It'd
Yeah,
be good
Jeff,
to see
show
you.
Come
up,
out.
please. And Jeff, I thank you. He's a supporter of this broadcast, has been since the beginning, and he's a big listener of WGNS, and I appreciate you. Thank you, Jeff, so much. You know, he's right. Don't give him any more ideas.
Well, and if
That's
that's
exactly
something you
right.
feel strongly about, I think the RCLA, Rutherford County Library Alliance, is going to be at our event.
They're
and
definitely
if
gonna
you
be
want
there.
to,
Yeah,
if
right.
you want to be a volunteer or want to know about their activism, it's like this would be a good way to get in touch with them and grow their numbers. And honestly, you know.
Yeah, with
We're
Tiffany
not-
Fee and Carrie Lambert, they'll be glad to. You know,
Yeah,
help you
they'll
along.
be happy to have anybody that's passionate about that join their organization too. And that's kind of what this is about. You know, it's like if you've got 8 people that are working and passionate about it, and you can double that number, it's like you have more people to call your elected officials and tell them, you know, what you want. You have more people to be the voice for whatever you're passionate about. So
And you know, Kelly, that's something too. People, it's like, you know, they want to send emails, and that's fine. I get emails. Okay, that's great. Pick up the phone and call your elected official.
it has more impact.
I want to tell you something. Years ago in the 80s, we had a thing come up. We were in the glass tinting business. We had Raymer Brothers Tinting and Glass Company. We still have, by the way. And I picked up the phone. We had some legislation that was about to get passed, and it could have hurt our business.
Mm-hmm.
I picked up the phone. I called our representative, who at that time was John Bragg. I don't know if y'all, I don't know if you remember the name or not.
That's
We
been a
do.
day
Just
ago.
find
yeah.
one of their son, Tommy, wound up
Yeah.
as
Mayor.
Yeah, he was
here. Judge, one of the David Bragg was one of our judges
This was
here
back
for
in the
many
day
years.
when
Back in the day.
when Rutherford County was blue.
I want to tell you, something. Yeah,
Elected
blue is this
Democrats.
wall out here,
Yeah.
and I'm telling you, I picked up the phone. I said, "Well, okay, I'll call it." Say, well, who am I to call the state capitol? You know, and I called this man's office, John Bragg, and answered the phone. Hello. I said, yes. Hello. I said, I'm looking for John Bragg. This is John Bragg speaking. What you need?
You got to speak right to him.
I got
That's
to
cool.
You can get a
Okay.
staffer. That's
Those are the
impressive.
good old days.
Try that today.
That won't happen.
Yeah.
But the staffers take note of who's calling and
And-
what they're calling about,
Sure they
and
do.
how they,
They
you know,
have to
what their
refer
message
that.
is.
They have to tell the representative what the result was at the end of the day. We got so many for, so many against.
That's
Yeah.
right.
And there's an app called Five
Five
Calls
Calls.
that you can sign on
I saw
to.
that.
and-
I saw that this
yeah,
week.
and it's
yeah.
like it kind of gives you your representatives' phone numbers and
Gives you a script.
encourages you. It gives you
Yeah,
a script,
and there's
encourages you to
folks,
call
there's-
them.
What I'm getting at, there's more ways to do this than just on the national level. This I'm talking about
Oh,
locally.
yeah.
That bunch down there of Republicans is just doing what I'm sorry, these ladies are not part of this, but I'm going to say this. They're just passing bills, just bam, 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 and they're not asking. They don't even ask even their own party members. There's some of their own people in their own party that are not in favor of the legislation they're passing, and forget it. We're going to pass it anyway. Mm-hmm. Because we think it's good for you. Well, go ahead, Holly. You're going to say something.
Everyone, I mean,
know?
because that is a lot of them, and I've heard from both. Like my house rep, I'll send him stuff, and he will respond, but not in any one where it's like I'm drafting. It's like nope, there's no point in even responding back. But to be okay, so
We have the same rep.
I
That's
did.
right.
I did a advocacy day thing with Tennessee Advocates for Planned Parenthood on Tuesday, which I did it last year, and Okay, so I went to drop off stuff because, of course, they wouldn't meet with us. We tried to schedule meetings like with
Right.
my rep, and he was not available for the meeting. However, when I went to drop the stuff off, he had the misfortune of being in the room, and his his assistant was out.
Uh-huh.
So
Okay.
I
Okay.
ended up getting
Yeah.
a couple of minutes of FaceTime with him anyway, much to his misfortune,
good.
I'm sure.
Right.
This year,
Right.
though, it's like one of all the Rutherford County people, all the Rutherford County senators, state House folks, only one did actually take a meeting.
Oh, that's impressive.
Like,
Shane,
like
wasn't it? Shane Reeves?
Yes, Shane
Yeah.
Reeves. And actually, he that undocumented kids He actually voted against it.
Hey, I
He told
noticed
us.
that. He
Really?
voted
That's
against
good
it.
He told
did.
us he was going to vote against it, and to his word, he did. So,
That's-
Right.
I
That's
mean,
pretty
so there
good.
are things
So
that
it does
should
do
not
good to
be.
tell them these things.
Yeah, and
because
so-
he might not have if he hadn't gotten a lot of phone calls.
And some of these things really shouldn't be partisan.
Shouldn't
You
be
know,
at all.
stuff
Yeah.
like
It's
that.
about
There's a lot
kids.
of things that, because I do a lot of my work with reproductive justice, and we've talked about this before, because it's the right to have a child, the right to not have a child, and the right
Right.
to raise that child in a safe environment. And that goes back to everything that we talk about. And the schools is one of them. Healthcare, jobs, income inequality.
Yeah, and here's
all
the
that
thing,
stuff.
Holly.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. When you get down there and when you see these, you see them on TV, you see them on the evening news, and that the one guy down there with the funny hair. Anybody with hair like that shouldn't be elected to anything. But nonetheless, no, I'm serious. I mean, I forget the guy.
Lambert.
Lambert.
Okay.
Lambert.
Yeah,
It
okay.
looks like
Kind of
it looks like a porcupine.
Yeah.
No, I'm serious. No, he shouldn't be elected to anything. But I mean, people are really hurting to vote for a guy like that. But nonetheless, I mean, no, you get in front of
kinda
these
feel that
people
way,
and
but
say,
not about his hair.
you know, hey, my name is so and so. My name's Ed Raymer. I'm here to say, oh well, I didn't know anybody was going to come down. You didn't. They're not near as dog biting as you might think they are. You're a voter. And that vote, I don't care what district you live in, that vote still carries some oomph to it. Okay? Because if they get any inkling that something's about to go nary their way, hey, they'll listen. They're not dumb. They didn't get to where they were because they're dumb. And Mr. Lambert, I was joking about your hair. You ought to see mine sometimes. But no, and I don't use the Grecian formula stuff. No, but Kathy's wanted me to, but I won't do it. And
I've offered to color it for him, actually.
honey, I'll be home early tonight. If I get out of here alive,
There's
Connor,
technical difficulties. We're going to have to end the
hush,
show now.
just will you please quit talking about it? Will you? Anyway,
You brought
Now
it
we're
up.
all gonna be a witness perfection.
You approach these people, they're not near as gung ho as you might think they are. You say, hey, you know, look at them running from that little Ogles boy that ran from Phil Williams in the airport.
Yeah.
Bless his
Marcia
heart.
runs too.
Yeah, he was scared to
I
death
love
of that
Phil,
guy.
yeah.
All Phil wanted to do, we'd just like to ask you a question. He's walking to the airport. You mean it's like he had to go to the bathroom or something? You know, I mean, great
What's that
day.
Prancercise where they do the little
Yeah,
that was a few
speed
years-
walking thing.
Speed
Yeah,
walking,
speed
where they
walking.
prance.
There you go. Yeah. I mean, come on, man. He's not near as bad as you think he is. No, he or she. And you're right, I'm sure, Marcia. Oh, Lord.
Well, the thing is, it's like you call, and it's like you know, it feels like it's just one voice, that, you know, crying in the wilderness. But it's like if you know that there's going to be 25 other people that you're in an organization with that are calling, it's like they notice that. You know,
and-
it makes more of a difference, and you're more emboldened. You have hope that it will make more of an impact.
Well, and
it
Kelly,
does.
that's what I like about this new Rutherford County the community coalition. There is a coalition of people. Let me tell you something. There are people in the Republican Party that they're not really gung ho on everything the Republican Party's doing.
And the more people that things impact,
You
the
know.
more that's true. You know, it's like
Yeah.
tariffs are affecting farmers and small business
That's
people.
exactly right. Go talk
Yeah.
to your local farmers out here in our outlying counties. Folks, those subsidies they're maybe getting cut. I mean, when you can't sell wheat,
Or soybeans, to China. Yeah.
wheat and soybeans is the backbone of many agricultural, systems. And I'm telling you,
And
you've
the
got
margin
yourself
is so
a
slim
problem.
already. It's like
Oh,
most,
Lord,
most
they've been on
farmers
that
are
for
hanging
years.
by the skin
Yeah.
of their teeth.
They're
Yeah.
dependent, first of all, upon the weather. You know,
Yeah.
and
weather
their insurance company coming through on a claim in case they don't make it.
Yeah.
Come on, man. I mean, it's not cut and dried. And, I don't care if they did inherit the farm from mommy and daddy. They've still, when you're sitting on top of 8,000 acres, which is small for a lot of these, a major ranch or farm out in the Midwest, 20,000 acres.
And
That's
the
it's a
machinery to
business.
manage it just
Oh,
keeps
Lord.
getting more expensive and more complicated.
And it's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
a lot, and they're operating on thin margins. Nobody's, family farms especially. Nobody's getting rich doing that.
We
they're
have
getting by.
my brother has a contact with through his father-in-law through a family out in Missouri, and they have one of those massive farms. They've got like 7 or 8 of these massive, I call them tractors. I guess they're still called tractors, but they are, I mean, these are $1 million vehicles, and they had just then, and this is they're in the second or third generation now, and they have just now gotten to the point where they can lease their machinery and trade it out. This has been 2 or 3 lifetimes in the making that they've done this, and he said we just got to the point we lease a lot of our stuff where we used to have to buy it and we owned it. Now if it's broken down, they'll come and repair it, bam, right there on the spot. So it's a massive business, and it's not. But back to what we're talking about, I'm getting way out of bounds here, as Kathy knows I've got a habit of doing. But it does affect us, these farmers locally. You know.
It does, and the tariffs and stuff, I mean, that's going to affect, like, when they start doing that, when that goes into effect theoretically, if it does in 90 days.
Right.
I mean, we're talking about wood and steel and stuff like that.
Aluminum,
Contractors and these people that are making all of these, like, cars and what have you, it's going to be hard for them, too. Like when contractors are trying to build houses, when or trying to build cabinets, anything, it's going to be harder for them to get the stuff that they need to get.
I've never realized how many times with our friends in Canada, for goodness sakes, the Canadian Prime Minister this week issued to his people, the United States is now maybe a global threat.
Yeah, that's sad.
For goodness sakes, man.
Yeah.
Canada.
Our friends are
friends, our
allies.
neighbors. Many of them live here.
Mm-hmm.
Many of them work here on the border. They come across the border every morning. They'll be here to work their job. They may be an attorney, an accountant, an architect, whatever the case may be. And they do their job, may work at a factory, whatever. And at the end of the day, they go home to their residence in Canada. And the other way, we have people that go to Canada that work there, maybe in healthcare, whatever the case is. Come on, man.
Yeah, and reliable trade partner.
Yes.
Mexico as well.
Yeah.
But, there's a lot of things that we do make here, but they still have parts that come from Canada.
Well, the one
or
I'm
Mexico.
looking for, and for most of you ladies, will be, and my wife is at the top of the list, would be in South America and coffee. Because if you cut off
Must
my
have our
wife's
coffee.
I'm
we're
watching
gonna-
that with a lot of
it's
nervousness.
gonna be a real
gonna be
problem
ugly.
at the
Gonna be
Raymer.
ugly.
Yeah. At the Raymer house, it's going to be real. It's going to be very problematic.
You know, they make it out of mushrooms now. You can get her some
It's
mushroom.
not the same. It
I'm
tastes like
joking.
dirt.
I don't even want to try
They
it.
do try to sell it to you out of mushrooms, but it's interesting because even though we did veer off the beaten path, we're talking about working together.
Yeah.
That's right.
And we're talking
Right.
about organizations and countries and everything working together.
Together, yeah.
And that's something, and this is another thing that, it's kind of, but I have a way to build it back in there. But I was talking about the
Back on the
fact
line here.
first I have a point that is kind of interesting, something I've been thinking about lately. Is like all these people are talking about running a country like you do a business.
No,
But you
can't
don't
do
do
it.
that.
You can't
run
do
it,
that.
You
No.
run it like you do a household.
That's exactly
You run
right.
it like you do a family. And that's like we do. So we want
Yeah.
to be a family, and we want to be able to work together. And that's something that we want to do here. And we want to make it cohesive and work together as a family. We don't need to have bickering and infighting, or we can just keep that, you get your issues and get over them and get on.
Sure.
I
'cause
had
we can
siblings. That's
still-
what you do. You're fighting, but you still got to work together to clean the room.
Well, that's
Yeah.
like they've said, and you're exactly right, Holly. I mean, it's like, you're having your Thanksgiving dinner. Are we going to invite Uncle Bob? He sits in front of the TV in front and watches too much Fox News, but we're going to invite him anyway.
Because
Okay?
it's family.
Because he's family. And
And
you
you,
know, here
look out
comes-
for the weakest. You look out for the people that are struggling.
Sure,
in the
don't pick
family.
on Uncle Bob. He's
Yeah.
just been watching Fox News again.
Yeah, but you take care of the kids. You take care of the elderly. And that's what we need to
Sure,
do. Yeah.
you do.
Yeah.
And you're exactly right. And Holly, I bought into that for years in my 20s and 30s. Let's run this thing like a business. Well, that's a very, but it won't.
We keep learning over and over again. I
Yeah.
don't know why we have to keep running our heads into the wall, doing the same
I don't
thing
know.
over
I
and
don't
over
know.
again. It's like we've tried this. We've tried this many, many times.
It's not
and it
going to
always ends
work.
up
I
with a
know.
recession almost every time
Yes. I
know.
without fail because we want our subjects to succeed.
Right,
So
Sure.
we
Sure.
want that. They might not want, but we want that. We want our community to succeed,
Sure.
and that's what we're about: wanting our community to
And
succeed.
to have the,
yeah.
the back and forth with China that we've had, come on, man. Look.
Find a way to
everything.
work
Look at the
with
stuff
them.
in here that's made in China.
A lot of it.
A
Like-
bunch of it. We're talking into maybe some of it that's made in China right now. I don't know, but I mean it. Come on, to be such a mean bunch of people. Come on, people. And the European Union. Come on, man. Give me a break.
Yeah,
you don't want to
they-
be part of that. Come on, man.
The thing is, so much of that is kind of out of our control. It's like we can't control whether those
That's
tariffs
exactly
will take
right.
into effect. But what we can do is reach out and help our community members when that impacts them.
and we'll find out other ways to get coffee.
Well, I think, but no, seriously, I think, and that's what this is all about. And that's what I want to, I normally don't go to these things because I don't, but I may actually show up at this one.
Well, I hope you
I
do.
think you should.
Mm-hmm.
Bring some folks
And-
with you. Yeah.
And, well, I don't have any friends.
That's true.
And,
I love how you agree with that.
You could make
You were a
some
little too
friends.
fast with the agreement, weren't you,
Yeah.
Kathy?
Yeah, maybe you could make some friends.
I was going to
there.
stop by and offer Kathy a ride. She said, it's all right. I'm taking a cab. And, hey, folks, we're going to go to our last break. Connor's going to get us there. Holly's with us. Kathy's with us. And what's her name? Kelly. She's with us. And I'm Ed Raymer. We'll be right back with you right after this. Stay with us. Hello, everyone. It's Ed with Private Investigations in Middle Tennessee. If you just need someone checked out on a background check, tag them a run, or if you need someone full-fledged to follow, give us a call. You can reach me at 615-390-7219. That's 615-390-7219, or check out our website at piofmt.com. That's piofmt.com.
I felt so alone, scared, angry, full of self-pity. I just wanted to die, so I took another drink. Then I heard about AA and went to my first meeting. The people there talked about those same feelings. I was no longer alone. They gave me help to stop drinking and hope to start living. Alcoholics Anonymous, it works. Look us up. Check your phone book, newspaper, or aa.org.
Go to J. Mullins Jewelers and check out their collection of reactor watches. They're located at 352 West Northfield Boulevard right here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And also custom-made jewelry. If you want it, they can make it for you. Also gifts for any and all occasions. Weddings, graduations, family reunions, anniversaries, all of it. That's J. Mullins Jewelers, 352 West Northfield Boulevard right here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Bear with us, folks. We're talking about coffee. I'll tell you something else, Kathy. Talking about that coffee, you got to have some sugar to go in it, too.
Well, I don't put sugar in mine. I put, artificial stuff. I'm watching my waistline.
I
We
put
actually-
almond milk in mine, but I don't know where were we going with this sugar thing. Were you going
some of
somewhere
that's
with that?
actually
Is this actually
produced-
why? This
yeah.
is why I'm in the witness protection program.
I don't doubt it. I'm
What
telling
about
you.
it? Yeah.
We're back with Holly Amber, Kathy Watts, Kelly Northcutt. Connor's on the board. I'm Ed Raymer with you. And we're talking about the newly formed Rutherford County Community Coalition. This is a nonpartisan group.
Yes,
And-
nonpartisan.
We're asking people to come together, and we're going to do this Saturday, April the 26th, and it's going to be at the First Cumberland Presbyterian Church, and it's at 907 East Main Street, right here in Murfreesboro.
from
Kelly,
11 a.m.
once again,
to 3
let's
p.m.
Let's tell people what's going on here. Before
Okay,
we've got 13 minutes. Go ahead. Let's
All
tell
right.
people what's going on.
You show up. There's no cost to show up. You get to find all of the volunteer organizations that are operating in Murfreesboro, Rutherford County. Some of them might be statewide, but you can volunteer here and find a way to an outlet for whatever you're passionate about. We don't have everybody confirmed yet, but we have a lot of different organizations that we're talking to. So whatever you feel strongly about, I'm sure there's going to be somebody there that you can sign up and plug in and do something.
Hey, if you're an organization and you're listening to this and you're thinking, I haven't heard about this before, I'd like to do that, well, then all you need to do is send an email to Rutherford Community Coalition at gmail.com, and we will send you a little application to fill out, and we would love to have you join us because we don't know every organization. We know a lot of them, but we don't know them all.
There's lots of folks doing lots of good things out there.
Yeah.
Do we know
Sure.
how much space we have left?
I think we kind of have a limit of about 20 tables for the space that we have, and I think we're trying to
about half
remember.
full
About
at
half
least.
full, yeah. So
With official commitments. I mean,
Yeah,
we
with
got
the
people that are
commitments.
getting back to us once they make sure they got enough volunteers.
right, yeah, because
Sure.
they got to
Because they need
Okay.
more volunteers.
exactly, yeah. So yeah, we're about half full, and I expect a lot of those commitments will come back in the next few days. So yeah, if you're interested at all, reach out to us, and we'll try hard to make room for you. But I think that it'll be a good thing. It'll be let other people know about your group, your organization, and what you do, and that's always a good thing. So hopefully you can get more
And
volunteers.
What we're going to do, we did this program tonight, and we're going to replay this. Next Sunday is Easter Sunday. Everybody have a great Easter. Have a safe Easter. And we're going to replay this next Sunday for you. And, so that'll give us sort of a double shot there. And then the next weekend, of course, is that Saturday. And, folks, I want to give a shout out. You're talking about people that are doing something. Lindsay Schultz at the Spine Bookstore down in Smyrna, doing a great job.
Yeah.
I mean, goodness knows, with all the books that the county's banned, she's got plenty to sell.
She does.
I'd mark them babies up. Well, that's never mind. But
She's actually giving most of them away.
I know, isn't that something? Yeah, how are you going to do that? I mean, how are you going to make any money doing that?
She
You
probably
can't,
isn't, but she's
but-
doing a community service.
I know
There
it.
you go, yeah.
She is. It's insane. And that's what gets me about these people here locally. Have these people, you're going to ban these, but have these people, do they understand that our kids, if you have one of these, this is called a telephone. If you ever hear the internet,
Yeah,
you know.
you can find all that good, juicy stuff on there. You don't need
Way
a book.
better. Way
Oh,
better.
Kathy, me and you found a lot work. Never mind.
I don't have to read through 400 pages to get to the good part.
Yeah.
I mean, it. Come on, it's ludicrous. Come on. Or is that what they're saying? That it's on the internet anyway. So
No,
go
they
ahead and
haven't.
ban
They
it.
actually haven't said
mean,
that. I mean,
Speaking of the internet,
Yeah.
I am the queen of segues, am I not?
Yeah.
But I do.
Oh man.
Yeah, tout our social media. Where else can they find us?
Exactly.
Yeah, there you
See,
go.
you saw where I was going with
Okay,
that.
all right,
All right.
okay.
So
Saw that.
we are on social media. We are on Facebook. We are brand new, as we've mentioned. We're a few weeks
All right.
old. We're babies on the internet.
Yeah.
So if you can find Rutherford County Community Coalition, it's on Facebook, it's on Instagram, it's on Blue Sky, it's on TikTok. We're not on X because
we don't do that.
No.
And
A lot
then
of other
also-
people don't either anymore.
Yeah.
We have 150 followers on Facebook, and you just started this a week ago.
Yeah,
Is that
I mean,
right?
that's
Yeah.
because our
Wow.
folks are sharing it
Okay.
out. So
Yeah.
if you do like
Continue to
us
do that,
Okay.
yeah.
and share it and tell your friends about it. Also, if you have any questions on anything, you can message probably me there, or you can go to Rutherford Community Coalition gmail.org for any questions, or like Kathy said, if you're trying to
.com.
sign up for a table.
Gmail.com.
You put .org, but
Did
yeah,
I? That's my bad.
gmail.com.
You did, didn't
Sorry, that is correct. It is gmail.com.
It is. There is no Gmail org. She was thinking about orgs when she
I
did
was.
it.
So
Yeah.
that is Rutherford Community Coalition at gmail.com.
I'm
My mistake,
typing
sorry.
in right now. Rutherford County Community Coalition.
Yep.
That's
Okay.
us. Yeah.
And we have a beautiful logo that Kelly designed for us. It's my two favorite colors, purple and teal.
Yeah.
I love it.
I don't know, can you see
Can
that?
they see it?
Here it is.
Yeah. A little bit.
Rutherford County
There you go.
Community Coalition.
Yeah.
See, it's two little people helping each other.
They're holding hands and helping. Because we just want to bring people together.
Yeah, that's what it's all about.
Well, you
it'll-
know, and
it'll
you've
be
got-
Saturday, April 26th from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. at First Cumberland Presbyterian Church. That's 907 East Main Street in Murfreesboro. And we would love to see you there. And if you have a group that needs volunteers, we would love to have you be a part of it. So reach out to us and we'll get you in there. And we plan to continue this and, keep getting organizations, paired up with people that want to do good things. So this
is not a
won't
one
be
and
the
done.
last you'll hear from us.
Yeah.
But this is our inaugural event, and we're hoping that it'll be a big success for all the people that need volunteers.
There we are.
Did you find us? Did you
I've
like us?
got you.
Did you click like?
I got like. Yes,
okay.
ma'am.
All right.
Okay.
Good.
Okay. Good.
You want me to
good.
verify?
Good.
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
They'll be aggravating me tonight till 2 in the morning. What are you talking about, man?
And
No.
if you're already on there, share it so that more people
Right.
find out
Yeah,
about
we
it.
want
and
lots of
Okay.
people to come.
yeah,
Sure.
Yeah.
It's gonna
And
be fun.
I mean, and this. I mean, this is a good thing.
I hope
mean,
so,
this
yeah.
is it. Yeah. I mean, because there are so many people. We've got, for example, and now we're moving out of the season now, but for example, Coal Patrol.
Oh
You
yeah.
got Coal Patrol. That's important.
Oh
you know,
yeah.
I
And they
mean,
need help all year round.
They need
you know?
help year
Yeah.
round, but
Sometimes
especially,
it's
I mean,
hot too.
Yeah,
That's right.
they collect
That's
things
right.
for when
Yeah.
it's hot as well. Yeah.
and I mentioned Angela Bingham earlier with her show Simplicity, does a great job, and she and her group have fed a lot of people. up
Yeah,
there
we
this
were
year.
just
shared
talking
with
to
her.
her in the lobby. It was
Right.
good, good to run into her, and she was telling me about their work feeding the unhoused, and
They may join us.
Yeah, so we've invited them to come have a table and
I'm
see if there's
telling you.
people that want to help with that
because
initiative.
And lifelong resident of Rutherford County, her and her sister's still singing to this day. Been singing since they were children.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, fantastic. They're on YouTube, by the way. You
Okay.
can
I'll
find
have to
them. A
look
couple
for
of
that,
videos
yeah.
they've got, and we've got wonderful people that really are. You get lost in this, and I can get lost in it very easily because I get all types of stuff coming across my phone, my computer, and all this.
Doom scrolling.
Yeah,
and it's really easy to lose hope. It's
Sure,
easy
yeah.
to forget that you're not alone out there, and it's easy to forget that there are other people that feel the same way you do. And it's really important to come together. I think that's the only way we get through the tough times. And I
Right.
think we've proven that. It's like we've had difficult times, like when the tornadoes came through, when COVID, and it's like we've shown over and over that
We are the
pull
volunteer
together.
state, actually.
Yeah, that
so
we are a community and people want to help.
Well,
and that gives you hope. It's a way to express love for your community, for your fellow man, and that's
Sure.
kind of what this is about. It's
And
about
I remember when I
love
was
and hope and community.
sure, and I remember when I was a kid talking about and your parents would tell you, especially our mother, honey, they won't last forever. That won't last. And I've seen and this stuff, what goes around comes around. I'm going to tell you something, folks. I've lived long enough now.
It's
I'm
come
sorry
around?
to say it came around.
it has, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
It
more
came around.
importantly, I remember Mr. Rogers saying, in tough times, you look for the helpers.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's
It sounds so childish. It sounds so
But it's so true.
but
yeah.
it's true.
Mm-hmm.
And you come to find and say, Mama was right.
Mm-hmm.
They got what they, and I didn't have to raise a finger. I didn't have to get out of breath. I didn't have to get in a huff. And there's some people that they get what's coming to them one way or another. And I'm not wishing any ill will on anyone. I'm not. No, I'm not. But you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You don't go through life just treating people just any way you want all the time.
But there's a whole lot of people that are out there trying to do the good things, trying to help
Sure
people.
they are.
And that's so important. And, it's like as one person, you can't do everything. You can't fix everything. But everybody can do something.
I had
That's
a fellow that I knew had no idea and wound up, was it last week, the organization had the thing down at Nashville? Was it the march last week?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the
we had
hands
one here
off
too.
rally.
We
Yeah,
had
there was
one
one
here
here
too.
too. Yeah.
Yeah. And but he wound up, so they had one here at Patterson Park, was it?
No.
Or,
No.
It was up on Broad, I
It's on the
think.
street.
Oh, on Broad. Yeah.
Broad, okay.
Broad
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Church.
Yeah,
Right
I
up
can't
here.
keep up there. I can't. I mean, but and then wound up down in Nashville, and I would have never thought that of this guy. And he's with he's a lifelong Democrat, and had a blast. He said, "This is." I said, "Yeah." I said, "Let me
They
tell
said
you."
there's a lot of people over 60 out there carrying signs saying,
Yeah.
hands off my Social Security.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, and it's a powerful thing to like be surrounded by a whole lot of people that are strong,
Yeah.
feel strongly about
Yeah.
something. It makes you feel less isolated, less alone,
Yeah,
and that maybe you can do something.
We've heard from a lot of people, when are we going to protest? We want to protest. You know?
Right. And here's the thing, Kathy. It's not, what are you going to do about this Social Security? It's not that. It's you need to leave my Social Security alone. And I feel the same
It's
way.
working just fine.
It's
Leave it
doing
alone.
just fine.
Yeah.
It doesn't, Now, I will say something with many programs that my father said in later years. All federal programs need to be tweaked from time to time. They need to be looked at. There's no doubt. You can't just, okay, there it is, legislation now, that's it. We'll never have to look at that again. That's not
If
true.
we tax the billionaires, we can
Yeah.
all get a little bit more Social Security.
Isn't that
There
amazing?
you go.
I mean, I don't understand. I told my wife the other night, I'm going to give my wife a plug. We got less than 2 minutes. I said,
Okay.
if we were billionaires, which we're not, obviously,
I noticed.
but yeah,
I have
bet you
eggs.
did.
Maybe I could become a billionaire.
Yeah, okay, whatever. Anyway, I mean, I could not stop my wife from taking care of these children. I couldn't stop her. She would have our checkbook out there. How much money do you need right now? But your husband is, I don't pay attention to him. I mean, no, I'm serious. And I'm glad to say that.
Yeah.
I couldn't-
If
I
you
told
were
her,
a
I said-
billionaire, she'd be giving it to everybody, and
I'd
that'd be
say,
great.
honey, I'd say, honey, I couldn't stop you. There ain't no way I could stop her.
But
if
you
I
wouldn't
had-
want to if you had $1 billion.
Why would I?
No.
Yeah.
Why am I worried where my next meal's coming from? I don't get it. I never had. It's the reason I think I never was
Those
that
that have that
successful in
much just
business.
want more and more and more, and I don't know why. What can they possibly
know.
spend it on?
I don't know how fast a boat you can ski behind, jet ski, or how many mansions can you have? I don't get it. But I mean, I'm serious about that. I want to thank you all for being here. Kathy Watts, great friend. Holly, glad to have you here. Holly Amber, that's the name she's using this week. And our staunch friend, Kelly Northcutt. Kelly, thanks for bringing this to my attention. I appreciate you so much.
Thank you for helping us get the word out.
Connor,
Yeah, I
thank
appreciate
you
it.
as always. And I'll tell you what, till next Sunday night at 8 o'clock for the Emily Raymer Show, I'm Ed Raymer. I'll catch you down the road. Good night, everybody.